Hello everyone! Welcome back to my leadership channel, the Hector Macalalag Leadership Channel. And I would like to welcome you to the Leader on a Spotlight. So for this episode, we will be focusing on the works of John Maxwell, one of my favorite leadership authors. John Maxwell sold more than 19 million copies of his books. Imagine, he has so many books. So among that books, isa sa mga book niya ang ating i-discuss ngayong hapon. He also trained more than 5 million leaders worldwide. So he is a motivational speaker, a coach, and a leader himself. So I would like to invite you to listen to my review of his book called The Gift of Leadership. No? Ito, very nice booklet na maraming mga ideas about leadership. So I would like to invite you, let us discover more about one of my favorite authors in leadership, John Maxwell. We will now start the first chapter about the gift of leadership by John C. Maxwell. For the first chapter, he talked about three important concepts, three very important words on leadership. That is authenticity, trust, and simplicity. Authenticity means being true to yourself. Leadership, accordingly, won't work when it's artificial, contrived, or insincere. The second word is trust. If you build trust, they will come. This refers to your followers or your clienteles. The third one is simplicity. Simplicity cut through complication, and complications hide solutions, and most of the problems and challenges that we have can be solved in a simple manner. So those are the words that he mentioned on the first chapter. On the succeeding chapter, he mentioned about living a legitimate leadership legacy. The first statement is, there is no success without a successor. So there is a need for us to build a successor before we can claim success. And then a leader's lasting value is measured by succession. So there should be succession. According to John Maxwell, there are four aspects of shaping a legitimate leadership legacy. That is character, thinking clearly and making wise decisions, the conduct, and the consequences. So when we say character, you become a moral example of the character to others. When we say thinking clearly and making wise decisions, you must make clear and wise decisions. And for the conduct, you must do the right things consistently well. For the consequences, you have to receive the results of what we have planted. So, character, thinking clearly and making wise decisions, conduct, and the consequences are the four aspects of shaping a legitimate leadership legacy. In the next chapter, he talked about questions that we should ask ourselves as a leader. So kailangan itong mga questions na ito should be asked by ourselves so that we will be successful leaders. So there are several questions that will be asked. There are 10 questions actually. The first one is, am I investing in myself? This means personal growth. Before investing to others, first and foremost, you must invest on yourself. professionally, and personally. The second one is, am I genuinely interested in others? This is about motive questions because leadership is about serving others. So you must be interested to others. Self-centered leaders and mature leaders are the main discussion on this question. As we all know, it is better to be a matured leader than a self-centered leader. The third one is, am I doing what I love and loving what I do? This is about passion question. Are you loving what you are doing? Are you loving your work? So that is about your passion in your work. The fourth one is, am I investing my time with the right people? This is about relationship question. Be selective about who you join with the leadership journey because your friends and your associates, if not carefully selected, will either make or break your journey. That's why you must invest with the right people. The fifth one is, am I staying in my strength zone? So, are you staying? This is about the effectiveness questions. Effective leaders stop working on their weaknesses, but rather diligently develop their strengths. So they do not focus on their weakness, but rather they focus on their strengths. The sixth question is, am I taking others to a higher level? This is about mission question. The success of a leader is determined by the seeds it sows, not the harvest. My life mission is to add value to others who will multiply value to others in effect. Leaders add value to others rather than accumulating value for themselves. So others first before yourself. The seventh question is, am I taking care of myself today? This is about success question. The secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. Kumbaga, your success is dependent of what you are doing every day. Are you going towards the directions that is desirable, or you are being misled by others? Think of that. The eighth question is, am I taking time to think? This is about leadership question. Sometimes we are guilty of this because we are very preoccupied with so many things that we forget to think and to reflect and to think of the better options that we are facing. A minute of thought is greater than an hour of talk. Taking time to think allows you to live life purposely. So you must think. Have time to reflect. The ninth one is, am I developing leaders? This is a legacy question. The ultimate test for a leader is not whether he or she makes smart decision and makes decisive action, but whether he or she teaches others to be leaders and builds an organization that can sustain its success even when he or she is not anymore around. So you are developing leaders. And the last question, definitely not the least, but the most important question is, am I pleasing God? This is an eternity question. Our years are short and our days are few. Therefore, we must make our lives meaningful. Our lives should have a greater significance than we can imagine. So, are we pleasing God? So that is the question that you have to answer. The next concept is about the 7 demands of leadership by John C. Maxwell. The first one, the 7 demands are, I would like to mention first, visioning, maximizing values, challenging experiences, mentoring. The fifth one is building a constituency. The sixth one is making sense of experience. And the last one is knowing oneself. So let us discuss one by one. What are those 7 demands of leadership and their explanation? For visioning, successful leaders are able to look out across and beyond the organization. The foundation of vision is reality. You must have that vision statement of your goal. For maximizing values, you are highlighting what is important about work. Great leaders make clear what is important to them in life. They clarify how their own values, particularly a concern for people that is related to their work. They also communicate a sense of personal integrity and commitment to act based on their values. So the words integrity and commitment is very, very important. The third one is about challenging experiences. Challenge is always there. We are always challenged by our everyday work. But appropriate response to challenge is the basis for the rise of any society or organization. Therefore, for any challenges, we must have that appropriate response. The next one is mentoring. The leaders we studied or those we have idolized have always have close relationship either with their manager or someone in the best position to advise. It is said that even if we are the most intelligent person on earth, we need mentors because those mentors can see what we do not see. So we must establish close relationship with our mentors. We must have that rapport with our mentors. The fifth one is building a constituency. It means building your network, building your group. It is said that your network determines your net worth. Network and net worth. So networks share experiences, opportunity, and advice, and they connect relationships by investing in the well-being of others and so on. Networkers naturally earn a return as they benefit from the generosity of what they have helped. For example, for me, as an educational leader, we have networks. Halimbawa, in Career Executive Service Board, I have classmates in Saldiwa. This is a training. And then in Gabay, in Department of Education also, I have Superintendent Leadership Program. I have classmates all over the country. So we are one network. We share experiences, we give advices, and oftentimes when we go to another places, nanglilibre yung mga host. Hehehehe. The sixth one is making sense of experience. In all the relationship, effective leaders enlighten others because they can make sense of experience. Because experience is to be cherished and absorbed. You must learn from your experience. So, in every experience that we have, we must make it meaningful. So, you have to absorb what you have learned from that certain experience. So, experience, it is said to be the best teacher. The seventh one is knowing oneself. That is self-mastery. It is very, very important. When I attended the Superintendent Leadership Program, the first module is self-mastery. Effective leaders should have a sense of parang sabihin natin na they have that opportunity or acute sense of their own strengths and weaknesses. They know who they are and they know who they are not. So, they master themselves. So, alam niya kung ano yung weaknesses niya, alam niya kung ano yung kanyang mga strengths. The last concept that I would like to share is about the laws of lifetime personal growth. This is shared by John Maxwell on his book about the gift of leadership. There are 4 laws that he shared on this concept. So the first law is always make your future bigger than your past. It means that you do not dwell on past, but you focus on future. Because past is useful and it is rich with experiences that are worth thinking about the new ways. And the future is the time that you will wish that you have done what we are not doing now. So kung ano yung hindi mo na gustong gawin ngayon, you should have that goal that you will not do it in the future. The second law is always make your contribution bigger than your reward. As you become more successful, you have numerous rewards will come your way, greater income, praise, recognition, reputation, status, and so on. These are all desirable things, but they can be growth stoppers. They may tempt you to become fixated on just the rewards, rather than focus on making still greater contributions. The way to guarantee that reward will always continue to increase. So, continue to increase even if you have that more significant contribution. Do not settle for less. Even though you are on the top, you continue to progress. So to make your contribution bigger than your reward, adopt an anti-entitlement attitude. Believe that you must give before you receive. Expect to serve before feeling like you deserve a reward. So do not think that you're in that feeling of entitlement attitude. No? So you must always be humble. You must contribute. The law number 3 is always make your performance greater than your applause. The greatest performance in all fields are those who always strive to get better, no matter how much acclaim they receive. They keep working to improve their performance. They continually work to surpass everything you have done so far, and your performance will always be greater than your applause. So you always have that goal that you will improve continually. Kasi yung iba, pag naging successful na, hihinto na. Doon na sa kanilang comfort zone. So, hindi dapat ganoon. You must continually improve. The last one is, always make your gratitude greater than your success. Only a small percentage of people are continually successful over a long run. These outstanding few recognize that success comes through the assistance of many other people, and they are continually grateful for their support. That feeling of gratitude will develop positivity in you. So when we see the value in people and things through proactive gratitude, and once we see this value, we naturally treat these people and things with greater respect. Kasi you feel that all of them have greater contribution to your success. You will not say that I am successful because of myself only. You see the value of people. To adopt that attitude of thankfulness, Oprah Winfrey keeps an gratitude journal. She recommends her habit to others. Every night, list 5 things that happened this day that you are grateful for. So, according kay Oprah Winfrey, nagjo-journal siya.
and she will list five things that you're grateful for. What it will begin to do is to change your perspective of your day and your life. If you can learn to focus on what you have, you will always see that the universe is abundant. If you concentrate on what you have, you will never have enough. So you will never have that contentment in life if you concentrate on the negativity. So friends, those are the concepts that I would like to share. I hope that you have learned many things about the book of John C. Maxwell about the gift of leadership. I will still share many concepts of John Maxwell kasi naman napakarami ng libro ni John Maxwell. Hindi lang naman itong The Gift of Leadership. Isa yata ang isa sa mga pinakamaraming books. Kasi nga as a speaker, as an expert speaker, a coach and author, he sold more than 19 million books, no? And trained more than 5 million leaders worldwide. And every year, he speaks to more than 500 companies and government leaders. So, isa siya sa mga pinaka-influential leadership author in the world. So, he has so many books. That's why this is just the beginning of our sharing about the works of John C. Maxwell. Talagang isa siya sa mga author that I idolize because he has many concepts that is very, very useful for us leaders in this 21st century. And we can always adapt those concepts as we move forward in our leadership journey. I hope that you have learned a lot from this activity and from this sharing, and this is the first of so many parts of the concepts of John C. Maxwell.
That's the gift of leadership according to John Maxwell. Thank you very much for bearing with me. Thank you very much to all my subscribers, and thank you very much for those who are watching always my leadership video. So we really learn a lot from this book, and hope that we will apply those things that is applicable in our respective lives. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.